There's this character created by Richard Matheson named Scott Carey, the Shrinking Man. And if you've ever read the novel, this poor slob is a pathetic schlepper, human being, out with his wife, having a great time. He gets exposed to some kind of strange mists on the ocean while he's on his little boat. And a few months later, he starts shrinking. Like 1/7 of an inch a day. I mean, every day he's shrinking. He's just like getting smaller and smaller. And if you read the novel, he keeps saying stuff like, why do I go on? You know, like why do I just continue? I mean, why don't I just kill myself? Whatever it is. And often when I feel depressed, as I do now, and I do get depressed a lot because that's one of my lifetime curses, if you will. Why do I go on? Well, I don't think Scott was a coward, you know. I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to ruin the novel for you. I mean, whatever decision Scott makes in terms of how he decides to deal with the fact that he's going to shrink into nothingness. I mean, he wasn't a coward. I look at Scott Carey. This guy went through, if you read the novel, he goes through like what no human being should ever have to. But you see, the fact that he's shrinking, it's all a symbolic thing. It all represents something else. Something else is being represented by this guy shrinking. And maybe his manhood is shrinking. His society's becoming so demanding that he's becoming smaller and smaller. It's a great novel. And Richard Matheson, who also wrote I Am Legend, is the man who can really, we're talking about, when you read a Richard Matheson novel, you could, when he writes, you feel like every word is being like ripped out of you. It's being like, every feeling you could feel, every parched breath, the hunger, the horror that this poor guy feels as he's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, watching his wife get bigger, 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 his daughter get bigger, 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 his cat get bigger, bigger, bigger. Why do I go on? I keep asking myself that question. Why do I go on? I know I'm a coward. I mean, I could go across the street to the woods that are nearby here and do it, you know. Of course, as the Wicked Witch of the West says in Wizard of Oz, these things are complicated. They take little planning. So much horror goes on in our world every day. And since part of my problem is being obsessive compulsive, I could be thinking a lot about all the horror that's going on all over the world right now as we try to survive, go to work, just keep the roof over our heads. And all we do is hurt one another. All we do is exploit. We're not honest. We're not compassionate. If we were, the world would not be the horrific state that it's in today. And I'm talking about the people, the poverty, the wars, the cruelties that go on every day under our noses. And we do nothing. We do nothing to solve the problem. We do nothing to make it better for each one of us to live on this planet. No, all we do is we hate. We despise. We hate because this person's not our religion, or this person's not our sexual orientation, or this person is not a member of our race. Do you know why we have a creep like Donald Trump running? You know why we have an alt-right? You know why we have a teabagger? Because how dare the United States of America elect a black man to run the country? For not one, but 2 terms, no less. How dare we do that? How dare we allow someone that looks different from us? You've got to be taught from year to year. You've got to be taught. I'm not going to sing to you now. All the cruelty that we do to each other, and all we can do is go from local to national to international. We have fiends running our societies. Here we had a great president. I'm not saying he was perfect. But we had a great president for a change these last 8 years. But he was black. And that killed the white males in this country, the old white males in this country. And all they could do, and all their answer was, instead of supporting this new president for the betterment of the whole country, let's fight. Let's destroy. Let's massacre. Let's defame. Let's slander. And all they did for the 8 years was block and block and block. My intestines, my bowels work better than this goddamn government, and it isn't because of the Democrats or everybody. It's because the Republican Party hated a black man being president of our country. That's why. That's why. And this piece of shit, Donald Trump, with his birther bullshit. That's right. No other president in the history of our country ever was forced or ever had to show his birth certificate. Are we that stupid? Would we run a foreigner to be president of our country? The people that support Donald Trump, you don't know how stupid you are. You don't know how you're being played. Go down and look at the Taj Mahal and see what's left of it. And that's going to be what's left of our country if you let this piece of shit win in 2 weeks. And the reason you're running him, is because he's the birther guy. He's going to stop progress in our country. He's going to stop us from this new progressive, the new president that we had, this Barack Obama, who is letting us have progress. But we're going to get a new one in there. A new bastard in there, right? A new racist piece of shit in there. A dictator. Not a president. A goddamn dictator. I live in a free country. And you can believe me this, that I will not submit to a goddamn dictator, especially if his name is Donald Trump. The reason we have Donald Trump, my friends, is because this is still a racist country. A country filled with violence and hatred. But fortunately, as Abraham Lincoln was talking about at some point, the better parts of our natures, there's still somebody here. There's still some people here that have some part of their nature that's worth something. And those people have to go to the polls. But just remember this, and don't be fooled. The reason we have a dictator in waiting, a dictator in waiting running for president of our country is because it drove the white racist bastards in our country to distraction! To distraction, folks! The white racists in this country, they want to bring back the days when they could break into a person's house, kidnap anybody they want, and murder them, like they used to do down south. Or how about burn a whole community down like the racists did to Greenwood, Oklahoma? How about that one? Or how about experimenting on them? How about taking black people and injecting them with all kinds of venereal diseases? How about making them sit in the back of a goddamn bus? Drinking a goddamn different stinking water fountain. How about that? I am not going to bring that back to my country. You understand? You understand that? You birther pieces of shit! You Donald Trump supporting piece of shit! I am not bringing that kind of thing to my country! I am not bringing your hate, your garbage, your Holocaust to my country! You can believe that.